Today is an awesome day in the state of Washington. I am the State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Chris Rakedahl, and before us today, a live audience. Great to see you all, though we can't see you very well. We know you're out there. We know you have your phones rolling and you're recording a loved one who's up here getting a great recognition. We have folks all across the state and perhaps beyond online. Welcome and thank you for being a part of this incredible ceremony today. Today we have 9 Regional Teachers of the Year. From all over the state of Washington. There are 8 Regional Classified Employees of the Year, and today is a day where we get to honor them. They've heard me say this, and I've said this to prior cohorts. Today isn't because you're the best at what you do, though these are amazing folks. It's because you embody excellence that's happening in classrooms in the state of Washington, on buses and cafeterias, everywhere in the state of Washington in public education. These folks are a representation of how amazing it is that we send 1 million of our children and grandchildren every day to school so that they grow and learn and discover who they are and then discover the world. This is who makes that happen, and they represent that well. Start with a round of applause for these folks, please. We've had some outstanding sponsors of this work for many, many years. I want to thank the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They've been with us for many years supporting this program because it's more than a recognition ceremony. There's an entire curriculum that goes along with this. And then we try to walk alongside these incredible leaders of education throughout the year as they engage regionally and in statewide conversations and in national conversations. There's work to be done there to tell the Washington story and to really lift up the work that they do and our students. So the funding is really key. Gates Foundation has provided over $800,000 over the history of this program. I also want to thank the Center for Strengthening the Teaching Profession, C-STEP as we call them. Every time I see people who want to do big things, there are these visionaries who come forward, and I like to think sometimes we do really big and amazing things, and then there's these people who actually make it happen. That's C-STEP. They make real magic happen as we educate educators, as we teach our professionals how to be even better at what they do. So thank you, C-STEP. And of course, Olympia High School. We're here in Olympia, Washington, our state capital. I call it the functioning Washington. Little insider joke right there for anyone who's following DC events. But in Olympia, Washington, our state capital, incredible bipartisan support for public education for decades and decades, and not the least of which are really significant investments over the last many years. It's neat to be in our state's capital, to be doing this, and to be at one of our local high schools. I will share with you personally, my children, though they go to a district nearby, this is where they performed for many years as creative theater experience students. My little 5 and 6-year-olds were up here performing theater, art, live art, when they were very, very little. One of them has said, "Dad, that was the best thing ever." And one of them has said, "Why did you ever make me do that?" So not everyone embraces live performance, I will say that, but it was really neat to watch them grow. And I think of that as a symbolic representation of what happens here. We ask our students to be uncomfortable sometimes in learning, to push themselves, to be on the edge of that, to build a new friend on a playground, to challenge themselves with a new concept, or to take a class that maybe they weren't sure of, or to build a relationship that they weren't sure was going to be one that they thought was ultimately helpful. And then they blossom, and then they grow. And learning what you don't want to do in the world is just as important as learning what you do want to do. And that's part of what happens, I think, in the greatness of teaching and learning. That's what these folks embody here, is helping students discover their own path. We guide it, we help them navigate it, we put great resources in front of them, but ultimately this is about self-actualization. Young people figuring out who they are so that they can give back to our communities, give back to our state, give back to our nation and our world. So again, thank you, welcome. This is going to be a great time, and I'm really grateful that the entire state of Washington, if they're tuning in or get to watch this later, get to hear a little bit about each of your profiles, because you represent what is awesome about public education. So thank you so much for that. I want to introduce Lou Ann Stalder. She's going to be kind of the MC for the day and run us through our run of show here. Lou Ann is herself a learner like myself. It's been great to watch her grow in our organization, and for your leadership in this, it's pretty cool. So Lou Ann, come on up here.
Good morning. I have the honor and privilege to introduce you to this amazing group of people. We will start with our 2023 Regional Classified Employees of the Year. I will read their bios, and they will receive their special award. After they have received their award, I will acknowledge that they're ready to go, and we'll have a new person, and then you can applaud. Sound good? Okay, we want to hear all about each one of them. Our first one is Carmen Roberts. Carmen Roberts serves as the office manager in the Pullman School District, ESD 101. Carmen worked in Title I at one of the elementary schools in her district and in special education at the high school as a paraeducator prior to her current position as office manager. What truly sets Carmen apart are her interpersonal skills. She has an innate ability to connect with others, whether it be the students she strives to serve or the various colleagues or community members beyond the school. Carmen, congratulations. Next is Chris Harris. Chris Harris is custodial lead and athletics event coordinator for the Selah School District, serving in ESD 105. Chris is a graduate of Selah High School and is in his 16th year of service in the district. While at Selah High School, Chris was able to start a TA program to help many students succeed and to learn critical life skills that they can use beyond their high school experience. Congratulations, Chris. Hilda Leo. Hilda serves as the Bilingual Family and Community Engagement Partnership Coordinator in the Vancouver Public Schools District, ESD 112. Hilda was a journalist in Mexico, which she pursued because she saw this as an opportunity to become the voice of all who could not speak, were not heard, walked the streets, and were not even seen. Being a journalist eventually led Hilda to Vancouver, Washington. She has had the opportunity to help newly immigrated students and families by connecting them with various resources such as language skills, job opportunities, and academic enrichment for youth and children. Thank you and congratulations. Our 2023 recipient for classified Employee of the Year from ESD 114 in SQUIM is Crystal Brown, and she's not able to be with us, but you should know about her. Crystal started volunteering in her son's kindergarten classroom. She found she loved the atmosphere surrounding education. Volunteering in her son's classroom led her to becoming a substitute para, which turned into working part-time as a paraeducator. Crystal is respected amongst her peers for her dependable leadership and steadfast work on behalf of all the students, families, and staff, and has held the title of president of her secretarial group for 2 years. Yes, she might be watching. Okay, next with us is Anita Lee. She is the attendance specialist serving in ESD 121 for the Tacoma School District. After surviving breast cancer in 2013, Anita sought a career change within the Tacoma Public Schools that led her to her current position as attendance specialist at Mason Middle School. Anita is inherently a child advocate. As a 4-time foster parent, school foreign exchange host, and chaperone, and attending students' arts and sporting events, she feels fortunate and fulfilled that her career enables her to continue advocating by connecting with, supporting, and empowering students and families. Congratulations. Nanette Duncan, Autistic Structured Program Para, serving in Richland School District at ESD 123. Nanette. I apologize. Nanette, together, here's her quote, "Together educating every student for lifelong success. Each and every day, Nanette is this mission and vision statement. Together, meaning for 34 years from 1989 to 2023, a career that exemplifies this statement for students, families, and her community. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she dropped off weekly materials to special education students to their homes and provided after-school tutoring to both special ed students and general ed students for 1.5 hours, 4 days a week. Throughout her career, she has supported students' ability to remain in the educational environment they would be in if they didn't have a disability. Congratulations, Nanette. Chris Rosales, paraeducator serving in Wenatchee School District, ESD 171. Chris took it upon himself to understand why some students were not meeting schoolwork standards and also why some students were not coming to school at all. Instead of just letting it fly, he began talking to them and figuring out why they were struggling. Chris's determination and commitment allowed him to get the family advocate position at his school. With this new tool in his belt, he ventured into students' homes to talk to the parents and guardians of those students. He would plan out goals for the students to meet with their parents aboard to ensure that they would also be accountable for their actions and increase their success. Congratulations, Chris. And our last 2023 Classified Employee of the Year honoree is Brenda Flett. She serves as a paraeducator in Arlington School District, ESD 189. Brenda did not venture into formal education until she volunteered at a school while visiting her family in Cyprus. Upon returning home to Washington, she began to pursue certification as a paraeducator. She finally landed where she would never have thought possible, middle school. Her goal is not to accomplish great things, but rather to favorably influence the small moments that make up the majority of kids' lives. Congratulations. Okay, our next group. These are the Regional Teachers of the Year. The first I'd like to introduce you to is Mimi Dismore, 6th grade math teacher, middle school, Pullman School District, ESD 101. Mimi is engaged in improving building and district-level equity. She has served in several leadership positions, notably for the district, and building guiding coalitions for professional learning communities, mentor leadership teams, math fellows, math leadership team, and curriculum advisory council. When she isn't teaching math, Mimi advises various student organizations, including Gender and Sexuality Alliance, Magic, The Gathering. I had to look that up. You should too. Okay, chess and girls bowling. She believes students need a strong sense of belonging and a space where they can be themselves in order to be successful. And she fosters that community inside her classroom and out as well. Congratulations, Mimi. Sherry Banks, serving in Sela School District, ESD 105, as a high school family and consumer science teacher. Sherry has led her ECE, Early Childhood Ed, K-12 education pathway in growing from 2 single class offerings to a fully developed pathway that offers a sequence of 9 classes and 27 college credits articulated from Yakima Valley College and Central Washington University. In addition to teaching, she is passionate about student leadership. She currently advises as a Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America state officer and supports STAR event competitors. This year alone, her chapter qualified for 15 students to compete at FCCLA Nationals. Congratulations, Sherry. Donna Schatz, Washougal School District, ESD 112, serving as a high school science and CTE teacher. Donna's classroom is an open door. She welcomes other educators and administrators to observe and give feedback. The perpetual always learning. She believes that growth as an educator is a necessary part of the profession. She believes that all students can learn and that all students can tackle rigorous courses with the right supports in place. This belief has led her to create a classroom where students feel safe and confident. Congratulations. Holly Johnson, serving in Tenino School District, ESD 113, as an elementary special ed teacher. Holly knew from a very young age that she wanted to be a teacher. She has supervised several student teachers, hoping to share her love and passion for special education and early intervention. She is inclusive of all of her learners and their unique needs. She has high expectations for all of her students, expectations that are met and exceeded. If Holly were to name the biggest accomplishment as a teacher, it would be giving hope and support to student families while celebrating all of the life-changing accomplishments her students have made. Congratulations. Shannon Lund, serving in South Kitsap School District ESD 114 as a 5th grade teacher. Shannon is a member of the child support team in her building, which identifies struggling students and finds solutions to help students make progress. In addition, she created a homework club for after school where kids get extra help with their work and develop good working habits. Shannon believes that collaboration and collegial relationships make for stronger schools and has hosted many student teachers and new teachers from across the district. She believes in building a strong classroom community where students feel safe and valued. When students know they are cared for, they are more likely to ask questions, contribute to discussions, and take risks in their learning. Congratulations. Blair Penry, serving in Auburn School District, ESD 121, 1st through 12th graders in CTE and as an electives teacher. Blair teaches CTE and Fine Arts at Auburn School District and is the worksite learning coordinator for multiple schools. A true equity-driven educator, she has led in the creation of student equity groups and developed and facilitated equity and diversity professional development for the 1st through 12th grade staff faculty. In every learning experience Blair facilitates, her students drive the learning and they lead what they need. Her unconditional positivity for her students is a key reason she's so impactful. Blair's leadership continues to shape not only her school community, but inspires her colleagues and the student body to be reflective, informed, active citizens of Auburn. Thank you and congratulations. Eric Matson, serving in Walla Walla School District, ESD 123. Thanks for coming this way. High school CTE instructor, construction technology. Eric teaches construction technology to juniors and seniors from 6 different high schools in Walla Walla Valley. The construction technology program he teaches partners with Habitat for Humanity. The class has built 4 houses to date and plan on building 7 more in the next few years. Recently, Eric was asked to serve on one of multiple committees to develop the new strategic plan for Walla Walla Public Schools. He will collaborate to develop 21st century skill promise standards from transitional kindergarten through 12th grade. Eric is an advocate for families and individuals with disabilities. He believes that inclusion should be taught in every classroom and understands the importance of teaching students with or without disabilities, and how that impacts everyone. Congratulations. Sarah Burnell, Eastmont School District, ESD 171, 4th grade teacher. That was me. Over half of the students at Clovis Point Elementary are multilingual learners. Sarah uses research-based engagement and language building strategies to help her students learn and thrive. She believes in the power of building positive relationships. Her students know she cares about them and wants them to succeed. She uses social-emotional learning activities and provides regular opportunities for students to share about themselves. As a result, students feel comfortable taking chances, making mistakes, and learning. She is passionate about professional learning communities and uses her experiences to advocate for the growth and development of PLCs. Congratulations. And our last honoree, Maddie Husher, the Connor School District, serving in ESD 183 as a middle junior high science and PE teacher. Maddie is the first teacher at the secondary level to incorporate daily community circles in her classes to build a stronger sense of belonging for her students. She is helping lead the transition into mastery-based learning at the middle school and coaches teachers as they choose essential standards and helps them create effective mastery checks. Maddie created Skagit Safari, a 4-week-long summer course for 1st through 9th graders. She takes her class to new locations beyond the building and focuses on Common Core standards that students struggled with during their state exams. Maddie is planning on incorporating seaweeds of the Salish Sea into K-12 lesson plan workshops in partnership with Western Washington University. Thank you for your service and congratulations, Maddie. I can. Okay. Now we're very lucky to have our currently serving Teacher of the Year, Dana. She's got wisdom that she can share because she's had a year of experience serving in that capacity. So we welcome together Dana.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. Being here feels like I'm coming through a full circle. This last year has had a lot of surprises and an incredible amount of learning. Being here with you all, I remember it very, very well from my feeling last year. I sat and watched my fellow teachers and state representatives and had my parents behind me as they announced my name for Teacher of the Year. And they're here with me again today. My mom is the reason why I'm here. Both my parents have inspired me. My mom is a retired teacher. She taught at Washington School for the Deaf for 26 years. I fully remember being in her classroom as she graded papers, sometimes falling asleep at the desks. I do remember helping her do things with the blackboard, going to the store so she could get learning supplies for her students. I fully remember that. I know that she worked on different curriculums. She was a math teacher, and she had a lot of fun teaching kids math and having them learn to love math. So she ate, slept, and breathed education, as did I. She was an incredible inspiration to me. And I hope that your family and your friends and your peers have been inspirations to you. Whether you all are teachers, paras, or administrators. Each one of you have demonstrated special qualities that brought you here. I know that sometimes we struggle to embrace recognition. As educators, we naturally want to recognize other people's accomplishments and not our own. We want to bring the spotlight to others, but not to ourselves. However, I really do feel like one of the things we need to think about is we always want to celebrate, but we shy away from being celebrated. One thing I realized is that we reflect the many people around us have contributed to our success. When I was chosen to be 2023 Teacher of the Year, the deaf community was thrilled. This was a very big deal for a deaf person to have this type of spotlight and recognition. And of course I was excited. But I also felt an enormous responsibility to represent the deaf community well. as we know, in our country, deaf people can become teachers and other particular professions. It's not true in other countries. The other countries deaf people don't have the same rights as we do here in the United States. So we have a long ways to go, even in our country. But it really did make me think about what I wanted to focus on. And what is the spotlight issue for the deaf community? It's probably going to be language deprivation. You all may not understand, but research shows that 70% of deaf-blind, deaf-disabled, and hard-of-hearing children don't have access to language. So as we are both bilingual language learners and teachers, so there are many times that we have to consider about how the language skills that children have or don't have impact their opportunities. It is worth being aware of that and sort of bringing attention to this issue. I want to start with a message about the preservation of language, and I have to think. I really did sort of think and have to analyze for a little bit about language deprivation, and as a teacher, what I wanted to keep, you want to keep your message simple, and there's so many things that I could talk about in this particular topic. So I decided to do 3 A's. The first one is to affirm. The next one is ARC, which is a very important step. Sorry, that I was an interpreter here, to ask. And the last A is to advocate. And it is a way that we can both self-advocate and advocate for our students as well. So the heart of my message really is about these 3 A's and how to embrace and cherish. So first, when I've traveled with other teachers of the year, honestly, I have to emotionally prepare myself anytime I know I'm going to be going into a hearing space, because I understand that communication is going to be a boundary. So I always have to sort of mentally prepare myself and be like, okay, I'm going to be alone. No one's going to be able to talk to me. Okay. And I was wrong. I was so wrong. They were ready to embrace me. And it just warmed my heart. So we do have a short video with the other state teachers of the year. They did not let me know that they had been practicing sign language, and so they wanted to have a conversation with me, and they all signed, "Thank you for joining our family." And I had absolutely no idea that was going to be happening. So this is that video, and when I tell you, I'll never forget it. It absolutely warmed my heart, because that moment was what it looks like to embrace someone. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Thank you for being part of our family.
So one of the things I wanted to tell you today, because you all have your own communities, and I know that they're amazing. I want you all to understand that you are being embraced by your communities. I know you all have been working hard. I know you all have done incredible work. And for all of us, we're going to do a deaf applause for each one of you to celebrate and embrace you. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, congratulations.
Okay. Hello? There we go. Okay. The time has come. They have already been selected. They are already honorees. And now we're going to add an additional distinction to one of our classified employees. I am pleased to tell you that Hilda Lale is the selected 2023 Classified Employee of the Year. Your turn.
The job starts already.
We did give them a hint that this might be the thing they need to do.
We never believe that, right? I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that support me, because I believe that in order to be and do great things, you have to be around great people. And I feel very, very lucky that I'm always around people that believe in my job, believe in what I do, and then open doors, like we were talking yesterday, open doors for me to be able to do what I believe and what I feel that is right for our kids and students. Everybody here is here because we have the same goal. We love our kids, we love our families, and what we want to do is a better community for our kids and our families. So education, like we were mentioning, the public education is the best place for our kids to continue and for our families to feel part of that. So we are the core that is just spread in our community. So thank you so very much. And yeah, this is the beginning of such a wonderful year. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to add another distinction to our already distinguished group of regional teachers. Our 2024 Teacher of the Year is Blair Penry.
I have had an amazing 3 days with these wonderful people by my side. Thank you for letting me learn and engage by you, for exploring what it means to dive into our passions and all the wonderful work that you are doing. Thank you to my parents, who I can always count on, to my wonderful husband, who has been there from the very beginning of my teacher journey, the highs and the lows, a shoulder to cry on, and my eternal cheerleader. To my son, who teaches me something new every day, I love you all. I am very fortunate to be a part of a team that took a chance on equity and built a program that met students exactly where they were and with what they needed. Thank you to Auburn and to AO, who have allowed me to grow and do the things that I love. To my principal, Miss Nola Wilson, who led a band of intrepid souls with love and compassion. to my friend and to my mentor, Mo, who is an incredible thought partner, who expands my perspectives, and who always makes me dig deep. I am so very honored to represent the Washington State teachers who go out every day into their buildings or log into their computers and show their children, their students, that they believe in them. I look forward to celebrating the work that we do, and I look forward to continuing the work that must be done so that every student is seen, valued, and gets the education that they deserve. Thank you.
Superintendent, closing remarks, please.
It is not very often that you can say you're in the presence of excellence and just the best at their craft. I get the privilege of doing this every year, and as I read the bios and I meet these educators, and they'll go out in their regions and represent this profession that they're a part of in the depths at which they are. There's home builders in here, and bowling teachers, and tutors, and math experts, and nutritional leaders, and all of it is about one single thing we have in common. And we're never, ever going to lose it if we're focused on this one thing: intergenerational equity. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, a grandparent, whether you sell insurance or make airplanes or build software, whether you're cleaning up the Puget Sound or whether you're making sure that people get home safely in a blizzard because you plow highways, we all have something very common. And if we focus on that, we are so much better off than finding all of the difference. In children, there is hope. In public school, the sons and daughters of millionaires and those who are struggling mightily to get by day to day, they sit next to each other and learn fractions. They work on projects together. They share meals in a cafeteria. They're on swings together on a playground. The best of what we are about sits in our schools, because it's little people becoming middle schoolers, becoming high schoolers, becoming leaders. And that's what you facilitate. You facilitate hope and a passion that we have that transcends politics and ideology and geography and all of that. It's just about kids. It's just about the next generation having as good or better an opportunity than what we had. So thank you to all of you for the work that you do, to the families who do take this journey with educators. And when I say educators, I mean that term very big, as people know me. The bus driver is an educator. When you deliver that meal, that's an educator. When you are a principal and you have to deal with discipline, you are still an educator. When you're a school board member taking tough budget votes, you're an educator. So to all of you, thank you. To the families, thank you. To everyone watching, thank you so much. To our sponsors, thank you. We've been through a lot as a country, as a planet, as a community. We are stronger now coming out of it as we work with that essential thing we do, which is intergenerational equity, giving the next group of students the better opportunity than the last ones had. That's what we're all about. That's what I know you'll keep striving for. Thank you for your leadership. Congratulations to the two who were recognized. But as we always say, you are now ambassadors to your professions and representative of excellence, because all those who share this work with you, they're putting in the work every day for kids. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being a part of this. Have a very, very safe return home. Appreciate you all. Our classified school employees of the year, our teachers of the year regionally and statewide now. Give them one last applause, please.
I want to thank everybody for coming, and we do have light refreshments out in the lobby, so please help yourselves out there. Thank you all.